Hello, everybody, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Who is there? Who can I see? Who can see you? Can I see? Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? We are live. We are live right now. Can I hear you? Can you hear me, everyone? Can you see my screen? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. I will say, how can I say that in, oh, Moses. Yes, hello, Moses. How are you? From Atlanta. Oh, no, from Sri Lanka. Okay, how do I say good evening to you in Sri Lanka? Good evening, how can I say that? How can I say good evening or good afternoon or good morning? Yeah, Demi. Hello, Demi. Good evening. How can I say that in Dutch? Good evening. How can I say that in Dutch? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Great. 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 Good to see you. We have 5 people already here. Moses, Demi, others have not been shown yet, but I guess they are coming on board very shortly. So, how is your day so far, everybody? I hope you're happy. Okay, hello, everybody. So, we are back. We are back. Let's hope this time we are back for good. We are back for good. Hello, everybody. This is about 4 minutes past. Okay, so who has joined us? We have Moses here. Vasile. Hello, Vasile. Who else we have? Yes, Demi, you can hear me now, right? Good, 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 good. Yes, Wilfred. Hello, Wilfred. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're gonna get started right now. So far, you guys can hear me. That's great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wilfred, can you hear me now? Wilfred couldn't hear me before. Can you hear me now, Wilfred? Who else? Okay, so Moses is there. Wilfred, who's there again? Oh, good, good, good. Thank you. All right, so now we can get cracking. Okay, so we're gonna move very fast. Whoever that comes late today will not join the party. The party will have got started before anyone join us. So if you are quick, then you get the gist, you get the meat, you get the fact. But if you are late, well, you still get something, but maybe not all of it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining. We're gonna start now. So just to know that if you have any questions, don't hesitate to pop in the question and I will answer it. Amino, how are you, Amino? Okay, let me know if you are here for the first time, if today is your first time of looking at this strategy or joining this YouTube live session. Let me know if this is your first time so I can take it slowly. Otherwise, we move at a jet speed, very fast. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a like button. I already see 3 people giving us a like button. Click the like, and I want you guys to click the like for me, please. Okay, so we are getting started now. All right, so our strategy, we call it what do we call our strategy again? We call it the inside bar. Okay, everybody knows inside bar by now, right? So if you are new, let me know so I can explain a little bit more. Otherwise, we're going straight to the examples. Okay, so we're going straight to the example now. If you have any question, let me know. So I'm going to apply. Okay, if you look at the screen right now, as you can see, our strategy is to find an inside bar. Okay, so once we find the inside bar, we want to make sure that If the inside bar is above moving average, this is a moving average, we are going to buy. If the inside bar is below moving average, we are going to sell. That's first one. Also, make sure that whether you are buying or selling, this Bollinger Band weight must be red. Okay, once the Bollinger Band weight is red, you are free to trade. If Bollinger Band is either yellow or green, you are not allowed to take the trade. Okay, so the first thing is you need to find where the inside bar. Okay, most of us know how to find the inside bar already, so let me just quickly show you what the inside bar look like. So when you are looking for it, you know what you are looking for. All right, so when you are looking for inside bar, you will know exactly what you are looking for. So let me quickly show you what the inside bar will look like, because this is what you have seen before. This is what inside bar looks like. Okay, the inside bar look like that. You have the smaller candle that is formed inside the big candle. Okay, remember, all the wicks, top and bottom wicks of the inside candle must be contained in the big candle. So we call the big candle the mother candle, and we call the smaller one the inside bar. Okay, remember, it must be completely engulfed inside. It must be completely inside this previous candle. So this is the previous candle, this is the current candle, or whatever candle you are looking at that is after this big one. You call it the inside bar. Okay, so we got that. All right, so once we get that right, so we go back into our chart and let's now find inside bar. So let me see if I can find one here. Okay, I can see one inside bar here. I'm going to insert something like a number or something like that. Let me insert an arrow there to show you an inside bar that I found. Okay, by my reckoning, I think that is an inside bar. What do you think? I think that is an inside bar for me, right? If you look at that bar, it looks to me as an inside bar. Do you agree? That is an inside bar. If you agree with me, yes, let me know. But if you think it is not an inside bar, there's no problem. You can disagree. We'll look at it together. Okay. If you think that is an inside bar, the arrow there, is it an inside bar? I see another one here. Insert arrow again. Let's insert another arrow here. I think I see another one here. Is that also an inside bar? Please answer this question later. How can I get inside bar indicator download on MT4 iPhone? Okay, Wilfred, the one we have is for the MT4 desktop platform. For the iPhone, we don't have that yet. We might have it later on, but the one we have right now is for the desktop version, like Windows 10, Windows 7, whatever desktop you are using. Okay, so I can see those two. Anyone else can find anything else? Let me see if I can find another one here. Let me try and see if I can find any other one. Oh yeah, I find this other one is this one is also one. Let me put my insert there, an arrow there, so you can see that is also an inside bar. We found one here as well. Okay, that's another inside bar. Do we all agree that those are inside bars, right? Those are all inside bars. Can we find one more? Hello, Shabana. How you doing? All right, let's try and see if you can find one more. Oh, I found another one. If you can find anything, let me know. I will try and point it out. I found another one. Let me show you where it is. This is another one here. This one is another one here. Here it is. This is another one. Insert arrow. I found, where is it again? Okay. Okay, yeah, this is another one here. That's another one here. So now we've located 4 inside bar. In fact, let's see if we can find a buy one, the one that is going up. I think this also could be an inside. Yeah, this is an inside bar, that one. So let me identify that also as an inside bar. Insert arrows. This time let's insert up arrow here. This is an inside bar. So that's also an inside bar. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that it is not pretty, it is easy to identify, but you got to be patient, right? Yeah, Shahud Khan. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thank you for that. I hope you're doing well, right? So you can see we have identified 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of inside bar within this chart. Okay, so it's very easy to identify it. All right, now that you find 5 inside bar, let's try and see if we can trade them. Okay, this is inside bar number 1. Remember, if the inside bar is seen when the Bollinger Band is red, yeah, you can take that trade. When you see it when Bollinger Band is red, you can take the trade. If the Bollinger Band is yellow or green, no trade. Okay, but also when you find the inside bar, you want to draw. Let me show you again. All right, so you want to draw a line above the mother bar, a line below the mother bar, and wait until those 2 lines are broken. If the up line is broken, you are going for a buy. If the lower line is broken, you are going for a sell. Okay, so our job now is to draw through line. Let's pick this last one here. So we're going to pick this last one and draw 2 lines. So we're going to draw 1 line above the mother bar and another line below another one. Let's draw second line below the mother bar. Okay, so we have 2 lines below, the one below above and one below. But remember, when we have an inside bar that happens below moving average, we are looking to sell. When we have inside bar that happen above moving average, we are looking to buy. So you can see this inside bar is below moving average, especially when the price when it breaks the low of the mother bar. You can see that is when we are going to trade. So when this low is broken, you are going to sell. But if this high is broken, you are not going to buy because we are below moving average. Okay, so now you are going to place a trade here. So let's say you place your sell trade on this line here. You play your sell trade, that is sell stop. You put a sell stop here when price is still not broken yet. You put a sell stop, and your trade your stop loss will be above the inside bar, which is somewhere around there. Okay, somewhere around there. So that is your trade and that is your stop loss. Okay, then you need to find out what is the pips of this stop loss. How many pips is this stop loss? And if you know the pips of this stop loss, that will be your first target, your TP1, your first profit target. Okay, let's say your stop loss here is, let's call it 30 pips. Okay, your stop loss is 30 pips, so your TP1 also will be 30 pips. Your TP1 will be about 30 pips. Your TP2 will be about 60 pips. Your TP3 will be about 90 pips. Okay, so that is your trade. This is TP1, this is TP2, that's TP3. You can go up to TP4, TP5 depending on how much movement that trade give you. So if the trade keep giving you profit, keep taking it. Okay, so that is your stop loss. It's so easy. Once the lower bar is broken, you take a sell, you put your stop loss above the inside bar, and you take your profit. TP1, the size of your stop loss. TP2, stop loss multiplied by 2. TP3 stop loss multiplied by 3. Hello, Robert. Robert, good to see you, Robert. How are you? Hope you're all right. Okay, ask me any question, anybody, if you have any question at this point. If you have any questions at this point, I'm ready to answer your questions. Okay, so I'm going to delete all these lines away. Okay, I'm going to take all these lines away. So if you have any questions regarding that, so I'm going to expand it so that you can see it much clearer. Okay, so to see it much clearer, we identify this as the inside bar. We put a buy stop above the mother bar. We put a sell stop below the mother bar, and we are waiting for the price to cross either of the lines. Okay, if the price crosses this low of the mother bar, we are going to sell, right? Because that is already sell stop. So it's going to put us into trade, and immediately we set our stop loss just above the inside bar. Okay, period. Is 4 hour necessary, or we can go lower, or is it safer at 4 hour? Okay, 4 hour is great, 1 hour is great, even 5 minutes is great for this strategy. It depends on your own preference. So if you are someone that prefer to trade in a more relaxed environment, you don't want to do too much, or you don't even have enough time to do lower time frame, so you can stick with 4 hours. But if you're somebody that you love to see the action all the time, you can come down to 5 minutes. So that's a good question. Let's drop down to 1 hour. Let's drop down to 1 hour, and let's see if we are going to find any trade on 1 hour. Okay, so I'm going to drop to 1 hour. Okay, so we're on 1 hour. So this was the previous line, so I'm going to delete it, probably delete it off, so we see what we got on. Or actually, okay, let's delete it. All right, so now let's find inside bar here. Okay, let's find inside bar here. I can quickly see one inside bar here. Let me move this arrow to this. This is an inside bar. If you can see it yourself, that's an inside bar. That's what I can see there. Okay, this is also an inside bar. That's also an inside bar. So let me insert arrow. That's also, where did we find? Yeah, this one is also an inside bar. That's also an inside bar. Anyone find any other inside bar here? All right, okay, I think that's the two I can see currently on this screen here. Okay, so as you can see, we dropped down to 1 hour, and then we still got inside bar. So let's look at this particular trade here, this particular trade. So we're going to, I said to you, you are going to draw two lines, one above the mother bar, which is this bearish candle here, this black candle. The second line below the mother bar, which is this candle here. All right, because this is the inside bar, this smaller one is the inside bar. So now you are waiting for that. So that's a buy stop, and this is a sell stop. So you are waiting for the sell stop to be activated, and once the sell stop is activated at this line, so your sell stop got activated at that line. Okay, that is when you are put into a sell trade. So once you get into a sell trade, what do? You set your stop loss immediately. Your stop loss will just be above this inside bar. So your stop loss is very small. Yes, that's your stop loss there, above the inside bar. Some people use above the mother bar as the stop loss, but I prefer to use the smaller stop loss. Okay, now let's find out what is this stop loss, the size, how many pips. This stop loss is only 17 pips. So 17 pips means that your first target will be 17 pips, So that could be your first target, 17 pips. Your second target will be times 2, 34 pips. Your third target will be times 3. How much is that? Maybe 54 or something like that, or 52. And you can go on and on like that until you milk every pip that is available on that trade. So good question, Vasily. Yes, we can go lower than 4 hours. So as you just seen it now, you can come down from 4 hours to 1 hour. You can even go to 15 minutes or even 5 minutes. It depends on you and where you can find the trade. Okay, sometimes you go to a higher time frame and there is no trade available. Then you drop a little bit lower to see if you can find trade. Okay, good stuff. Hope you guys are having fun on this one. Yes. Yes and yes. Yeah. You're having fun on this one. Any question, anybody? So we're looking at okay, Euro JPY. Now, before we go ahead, let me show you all the indicators that are here, so you guys can have. Okay, all right. So here we have the moving average here, because it's good to know what's the moving average. What moving average we are using 10 period moving average, and we are using simple moving average. So if price is below it, we are selling. If price is above it, we are buying. Okay, so 10 simple moving average. Okay, the next indicator here is called a bandwidth. Bandwidth is this yellow, green, and red. It's called bandwidth because it's a Bollinger Band indicator. It just shows red when the band expands very well, and it shows yellow or green when the band is narrow. So when the band is wide, it shows red. When the band is narrow, it shows green or yellow. So we are only interested in trading when the band is very wide, that is when it's red. So you can see band period is 20, just like Bollinger Band. Deviation also is 2, just like Bollinger Band. It's the same thing as Bollinger Band. All right. So sometimes you might like to, I prefer to make the color the same, yellow color, so, and red. Okay, so that's the settings for that. And the last indicator here, which is the PZ inside bar, I will show you what that does now, because you can see it's not on the screen, but it will come on the screen very shortly. You remember that we were using arrows to identify our inside bar. Okay, sometimes we might use an indicator to help us identify it. That is why we have this PZ inside bar indicator. Okay, so let me see if I reapply the template. It should identify the inside bar for us. What about BB width indicator download on MT4 iPhone? I think there must be one for MT4 iPhone. Yes, BB width has been around for very long time, very long time. You could find one for MT4 iPhone, and probably TradeView as well. You will find one for TradeView and other platforms. So it's a very pretty old indicator. All right, so if I reapply the template, let's see if it's going to pick it up. Right, you can see. You remember we talked about that, it picked it up. We talked about this, it picked it up. I think we saw that as well, it picked it up. So all this does is just to help you to identify those inside bar. That's all. Remember that we were putting some arrows to identify them. Sometimes you might miss it out, but this indicator will just help you to identify those inside bar. But may I tell you that sometimes this indicator might miss it out as well. So if you find something that indicator missed out, yeah, you can go for it. You know how to find inside bar now. It's not difficult. It's very easy to find. Just a bar that is smaller than the previous one and is completely inside the previous one. That's all. So easy to find. You just have to look. All right. So how can you have to search for it. I don't have one for the iPhone currently, but you got to find look for it. You could download this one first. Download the one for the desktop, and once you put it on your desktop, you know how it work. So when you get the one for iPhone and you can compare the two, you know that they're exactly the same indicator, so that you are not using a wrong indicator on the phone. Okay, so you can see the difference between looking for the inside bar with your naked eye and using this indicator. All right, so that is 0 JPY. If you go to, let's drop to 5 minutes and see what happened on 5 minutes level, if we can find a trade. Okay, on a 5 minute level, of course, yes. So let's use this as a buy example. So this indicator has identified this one for us. It's identified this one, and it identified 3 different inside bar. Okay, but out of the 3, it's only one that we can trade. Okay, because you can't trade this one because it's breaking above the mother bar, but it's below moving average, so you cannot buy below moving average. And moreover, BB width is green or yellow. Similarly here, look at that. Though this one breaks correctly, it breaks below the mother bar for a sell, but you can see BB width is yellow at the time. This is the only one that we can trade. It breaks above mother bar and BB width is red. So in that case, what do? You put you see, if you are looking with a naked eye, let me expand this a little bit so you can see. Let me expand this a little bit. Okay. So if you are looking with naked eye, this will not look like inside bar because it's very, very close. The low and the low of the mother bar are very close, but because this is a program, even if the difference is 0.01 pips, it will pick it up. It will discover that it's an inside bar. So you might just take it once the indicator give you the signal. Okay, so you draw a line below and you draw another one above, and you're waiting for when it will be triggered. So that's a buy stop at the top. This is buy sell stop below. Okay, so you have those 2 trades there, and you are waiting for when it will be triggered. So it's triggered here. So that's a buy stop, and that's a sell stop. But this sell stop is useless because the price didn't come there. The price went up, and once the price went up, let's find we have 5, 6, let's call it 7 pips. 7 pips is our stop loss, and first target also is 7 pips. Second target is about 14 pips. So you see that you can hit your first and second target for this particular trade. That trade, nothing there, and the other trade as well, the previous trade, nothing there. Okay, any question? Oh, you got it. You got it. Excellent. Thank you so much for giving us the like button. We got 9 likes now, which is fantastic. If you have any questions, please pop it on. I'm gonna move to another, or if you want to see any pair being tested, you can let me know. Let me go to the next one, GBP JPY. Okay, so I'm going to try the next one, which is GBP JPY. So we're on 5 minutes. So let's work from 5 minutes above with this one. Okay, you can see this one is not a trade. Okay, when you see the blue means that the mother bar was broken. The top of the mother bar, the high of the mother bar was broken. That's why the color turned blue. This color tone is red or whatever, tomato, whatever the color is. The mother bar is broken. The mother bar, low bar is broken. That means a sell. That's a buy. That's a sell. That's a buy. But now you can see this buy here happen when the bandwidth is either yellow or green, we're not interested. This happened at the right time. Mother bar is red. Okay, so time for business. So you draw your two lines. That's the high of the mother bar. That's the low of the mother bar, which also means you put a sell stop there and you put a buy stop there. But we're not interested in the buy stop because the price goes down. So now you calculate what is your stop loss. This time around your stop loss is 10.8 pips. Let's round it up to 11 pips. Okay, that's your stop loss. Then TP1 is also 11 pips. TP2 multiplied by 2, 22 pips. TP3 multiplied by 3, 33 pips, and so on and so forth. See how much you can gain from it. All right, moving average. All right, so I showed you moving average earlier. You can see moving average of 10. So it's moving average 10, and it's a simple moving average. You can see period 10, simple moving average. Okay, simple moving. Good questions, good questions. Okay, so we've seen 5 minutes of GBP JPY. Let's move to 15 minutes for argument's sake. Let's go 15 minutes. Let's see if we can see anything on 15 minutes. All right, so we got 15 minutes here. You can see that's it. Okay, that's a trade. This also is a trade, yes, because when it's broken below. So you're gonna put a sell stop here, right? For this, a sell stop and a buy stop here. For this trade, a sell stop there, and the price is broken, and your stop loss will be, you calculate it, you find it is 22 pips or 23. So your TP1 will be about 23 pips. Your TP2. Hello. All right, can you still hear me, guys? I'm still, I hope I'm still online. I hope I'm still online. No worries, Wilfred. I got you. I got you. Hope I'm still online. Stay tuned, guys. If the internet try to go off, it's coming back. Okay. So that is how you get this take profit 1 and 2. You can even see you can take profit 3. Your TPs is still going on. Okay. So now let's delete all this line. Okay, so that is the trade for that trade. Okay. Now let's look at this blue one. Oh no, there's a smaller one here. That's another trade. Very good trade. As you can see, you will make your TP1, TP2, TP3, probably TP4 from this trade. But this blue one, can you trade this buy? You can't take this buy. You cannot trade this, yeah, because this is happening below moving average. So you cannot take this buy. Can you take this sell? Yes, because it's broken below moving average. You can see you can get your top. But that one, yes, also profitable. You can see, brilliant. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, all happening. I think all happening today, right? Yeah, 17th of June, all happening today on 15 minutes. So we've looked at 5 minutes before. We saw a lot of opportunity. Now let's go to 1 hour. Any question you can ask me. Thank you. You can still hear me, Demi. Thank you. Oh, more people are joining now. We're about 15. Thank you for the likes. I can see 11 likes already. We are going to 20 likes. So keep popping in the like button, please. Thank you. So if you want to see any charts, let me know. So let me go to 1 hour on this particular one. Yeah, if you are using this indicator, this inside bar indicator, sometimes it fumbles. Sometimes it fumbles. It doesn't show up. So you have to wake it up. Okay, guys, we are back. Okay, sorry for losing contact sometimes. Sorry about that. So one that may fail, but it look TP1, TP2, if in fact up to TP5 if you want, because that's your stop loss. That will be your TP3. To see the one that didn't work. Let's see the one that didn't work. Let's see an example that didn't work. Okay, let's see an example that didn't work. I want to see one that didn't work. All right, let's see. It's still red when it crosses. It's still red. And your TP1, let's see if you get your TP1 will be this. Let me measure the size of your okay, so 12 pips as your stop loss, and also 12 pips as your take profit. You see, you didn't get up to your TP1. Okay, you didn't reach your TP1 in this case. Therefore, you may have got stop loss. You may have been stopped out. Okay, let's see what's going on with this internet again. Can you guys hear me now? Are we still online or we are offline? Okay, in case we can hear me, I will carry on. So that is for this one. So you can see that didn't work for this particular signal. Okay, so it shows that you may have small, maybe 1 or 2 occasions out of 10 times, maybe 1 or twice that it didn't work. So you should be aware of that situation. So when you encounter a situation like this where you didn't hit your TP1 and your stop loss is taken out, that's part of the game. You can see the previous one might also be like that too. Okay, so let's move to 4 hours and see what happened in 4 hours. Okay, so on a 4 hour, okay, let's refresh. On a 4 hours, there is no trade at all. You can see all this thing here all the time. We have a yellow bandwidth, so there's no trade all here. And when this happens also, it is still a yellow bandwidth, so there's no trade. Okay, any more question? Yeah, I think we have some interesting issues today. Our internet seems to be on and off, going off and on. So apology for that. I hope you can grab 1 or 2 things from what you have said so far. So if you have any further question, let me know. Let me know if you have any question. Okay, anybody has any question before we round up? Any questions before we round up? Any questions before we round up? Interesting. Okay, let me put one more example, then we round up. I put one more examples and we round up. Okay, I'll put one more example and we round up. Let's try Aussie Japan. Aussie Japanese yen. Let's try Aussie Japanese yen, and we're on 4 hour. As you can see clearly, that's a very good one here. You can see it breaks the low of the mother bar. This one is not a trade. That one is not a trade. This is not a trade. Oh, this one we can consider this as a trade, right? Let's look at that. We can consider this as a trade because it breaks the high of the mother bar. Okay, and BB width is red. Also here, BB width is red. Okay, let's go to 1 hour. Let's scroll down to 1 hour, see what happened on 1 hour. So in this case, you can see the inside bar disappeared. You refresh it, it's back. So this is a good trade. That's also a good trade. This is no trade because it happened below the moving average. Buy below. This is not a trade because it was yellow. That's also not a trade. If you see when it crosses, it's yellow. This one is yellow. That also is yellow. When this crosses, it crosses below moving average. So we can see this is a good trade. This red one, there are two good trades. No trade, no trade, no trade. All these ones are no trade. So this bandwidth help you to get away from bad trades. Excellent. Okay, thank you so much for staying tuned, even though we have in and out of networks. But you excellent guys, you stayed tuned and you watched up to now. So thank you for that. Great, thank you. If you have any other questions, let me know, especially if you need any clarification on the strategy. If anything is not clear, something like how do you set your stop loss, where do you put your take profit target. If you have any such questions, let me know. I will explain it further. Thank you. Okoli, good. Demi, thank you. Wilfred, thank you. Vasile, thank you. Amino, thank you. Robert, thank you. Shahud, thank you. Who else is here today? Who else is here before we round up? All right, Ameno, yes. Moses, thank you. Who else? Brilliant. Okay, thank you everybody. I think we are ready to roll now. We're ready to move. If there's any more questions, let's answer that. Otherwise, I think it is self-explanatory. We have gone through few examples. This was the last example. Okay, let's go on for. I think we did the 4 hour already. We did the 1 hour. Okay, let's try the 5 minutes. Let's try the 5 minutes example and we round up. No trade here. No trade. It's yellow. Okay, so guys, this is very easy. That is very easy. What of card JPY? Any luck on that one? Okay, there's no trade here because when it crosses, it's still yellow. Okay, all right, this one is yellow. All of these places are yellow. Okay, no trade. Let's see 1 hour. Any luck on 1 hour? Okay, we can't see. Okay, so here there's a trade. You can see this is a very good trade. If you take this trade here, it crosses under red, so you can see your sell stop will be here. Your sell stop will be here, which is going to give you fantastic return on your investment. So that's your stop loss here, which will be around about 17 pips or 18 pips. Then your TP1 will be 18 pips, somewhere there. Then TP2 will be 36 pips, somewhere here, right? So 36 pips. There we go. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have We are able to explain things out. I hope you get it. So next week we're going to continue, and hopefully if you have further questions, prepare it before next week. I will suggest that you practice this on demo account first. Try to see your win ratio and see whether you can hit your TP1, TP2 or TP3 all the time. Try and figure out what are the advantages and disadvantages of using this strategy, and you can come next week with the questions and we'll try and answer them for you. Okay, thank you so much once more. It's been great pleasure. Apology once again for the in and out of the internet, but hopefully we'll have a better time next week. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon. It's Dari.